Well, Beyonce, Billie Eilish, and Kendrick Lamar are just three megastar recording artists who are going to be touring this summer. But must-see concerts aren't the only thing driving the music industry. Joining me now for a deeper dive into what is shaping up the space is David Schulhof. He's the founder and CEO of the music ETF MUSQ. David, it's great to have you in studio, especially as summer has unofficially started after Memorial Day.
Yeah, totally. Doesn't it feel like summer already? Yeah, no, it's a big summer of music for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of tours, lots of artists, you know, across pop, rock, R&B, hip-hop. So really a lot of shows to see.
And what can we expect from a business standpoint for these shows?
So look, live music is up 10 times from COVID. All you had to do was look at last summer and see it like the Eras tour.
Right.
So you have the Beyonce Cowboy Carter tour, you have Kendrick Lamar, you've got you know, Morgan Wallen, you have Billie Eilish, you have The Weeknd, Katy Perry. Look, shows, people want to go out, they want to see their favorite shows. You have, you know, at the Sphere is an amazing venue to go see.
Yep.
Kenny Chesney. So, look, people want to pay up. They're prepared to pay up. We'll see what happens this summer. You know, Trump recently signed an executive action going after ticket scalpers because I think tickets were very expensive last summer. An average, like Taylor Swift ticket was like $1,000.
Right.
And so we'll see. You know, we'll see if reselling can really take place. You know, because you can buy them all on Ticketmaster, but you know, you shouldn't have to be price gouged on companies like StubHub. So we'll see what happens there.
How does the music ETF capture this business?
So we capture all the music companies around the world across streaming and content and live music events and ticketing. So on the live music events and ticketing side, we have companies like Live Nation, which owns Ticketmaster. We have CTS Eventum, which is a big international company. We have Sphere, we have Madison Square Garden, we have Vivid Seats. So by investing in MUSQ, you're getting exposure to the live music industry. And MUSQ has really been performing exceptionally well. We're up 15% for the year.
Wow. We're
outperforming a lot of the other major indices. We're a very uncorrelated product. We're not impacted by tariffs. We're not impacted by price wars. And we consider music like a safe haven, like gold. You know, music's just too big to ignore. And we think it's also very under-monetized, especially if you look at all the streaming companies in our fund, from Spotify to Tencent, Apple, Amazon, and Google. You know, you're paying $11.99 a month for Spotify today. You're paying more than double that for Netflix at, like, you know, $25. You're paying $18 for HBO, $18 for Disney. So music's cheap, music's undervalued from our perspective. And we have all these companies in the fund across streaming and content and live music, and of course, you know, technology.
So do you think that those streaming prices could increase for music going forward?
I think they really should, because they're really half of what all the other streaming services are charging. We think customers are getting a deal, you know, paying $11.99 to get access to 250 million songs. That's why you see companies like Spotify, they're raising rates every quarter. That's why that stock is up 50% for the year. It's up 100% for the last 12 months. They're going to continue to raise rates every quarter. They just announced, you know, there are over 1 billion paid subscribers worldwide. So we have that company, we have Tencent, and Apple, Amazon, and Google, which are the third, fourth, and fifth largest streaming companies as well, are also going to raise rates. So all of that money passes down to the labels, and so, you know, that's why this company, that's why our fund is performing so well, because all the streaming companies keep raising rates.
Which show are you most excited about this summer?
You know, look, I'm excited about Kenny Chesney at the Sphere.
Yeah.
I'm a huge country fan. I also love Morgan Wallen. His new album is like amazing. He is such a great writer.
Yeah.
You know, and of course I'm a big Kendrick Lamar fan, so I'm going to see him too.
How does the Sphere change the game when it comes to music venues?
You know, it's a completely immersive experience, right? So immersive in terms of sound, in terms of sight, in terms of smell, in terms of touch. It really changed. I don't know if you saw Dead & Co. perform there with John Mayer, but it's just a totally different way to experience like a three-dimensional concert. Kind of like, what does IMAX do for you when you go see a movie? Changes the experience. Mission Impossible on IMAX is amazing. So, you know, to the extent that you can catch a show at the Sphere, you know, it's really worth it.
It is worth it indeed. That's on my bucket list eventually. David, indeed. That's David Schulhof. He's the founder and CEO of the music ETF MUSQ. Huge concert lineup this summer. David, thank you as always.
Great. Thank you, Kristen.
Great to have you.